Hey y'all, it's Marciela Shea. Welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to show y'all how I trim my hair. I'm going to say trim, but it actually was a trim slash cut, and y'all will see what I'm talking about as you watch this video. So y'all, I have not been taking care of my hair lately. I have found myself losing some inches off my hair. I'm finding myself continuously having to trim my hair, and it's all because I haven't been taking care of my hair. I am a first-time mom. My son is now 17 months old, and I've been a stay-at-home mom since he was born, and also, trying to work and do my own entrepreneur thing as well. And I gotta say, it's been a little difficult to try to take care of myself sometimes. So my son is now 17 months, and I want to say the last month I have finally learned how to take care of myself. That means inside and out, drink my water, eat right, exercise, do my daily facials, and now it's time to get my hair together. So that is what I'm finally getting to now. I've decided to trim my hair and really start giving it some TLC and really taking care of it more, and just finding the time to take care of me. So anyone out there who's just, even if you don't have kids, you're just not finding yourself taking care of yourself, find some time to take care of yourself, okay? So all right, so I'm gonna go into this video. Sorry for the rant, but I am going to trim my hair. I've showed y'all how to trim my hair before, but this one I needed a shape up and a cut, I guess you can say. So usually the night before I decide to trim my hair, I go ahead and section it into fours, and then I twist it. And then the next day is about 80% dry. So right now my hair is about 80% dry in some areas and 90% dry in the back. I want to say the back was more dry and the front was a little damp. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my blow dryer to fan out the top part, because that part is very wet. So I'm not putting direct heat by fanning it. I'm just fanning it, trying to get all that excess water out. And then I go with my paddle brush and I just use the nozzle attachment. Make sure you have a nozzle attachment to your blow dryer to fully dry your hair. So you just take the paddle brush and just go brush right on through and get that hair as straight as possible before you start to trim or cut your hair. So by doing this, you are making the cut as precise as possible. All right, so now we're gonna get right into this, y'all. I really was not in the mood, but I just didn't want to cut my hair. I didn't want to lose no inches. But like I said, you have to, if you find yourself having dead ends and split ends, your hair is just, you're going to say your hair is not growing. Your hair is not going to be retaining the moisture, retaining the length that it needs to grow. Our hair does grow, but you're going to say, oh, my hair is not growing. That's what I'm saying to myself, constantly. My hair is not growing. It's growing. It's just I'm losing inches because I'm not taking care of it by the end of the day. So I started off by trying to give myself a guide to see exactly how I wanted to shape it. So that's why I just started pulling hair and just cutting it. But actually, this was a waste of time, because I end up cutting a little bit off, maybe about a ½ inch to an inch in some areas. But I found myself needing to go back up and cut a lot more. So I'm going to speed through this part and just show y'all, I was okay, I don't have to cut much off. I was getting excited about how nice it was looking, but then I felt my ends and they still were feeling dead. So I had to go back and cut some more hair off. Was not happy about that at all. Seriously, look how much I cut off. So here I am pretty much starting completely over, and I was like, okay, I have to cut more than that because I still have all this dead hair. I can feel the dead hair. I can feel the dead ends. So let's just go ahead and just get it out the way and cut it and make it look nice, and that way it can grow out a lot better this time. So after all that cutting, I finally figured out what I need to do. So what I need to do was make it more of a tapered effect. I was having more of a round cut that I didn't like anyway, so it was just time to kind of change it up. So I went ahead and just sectioned the top part off. The top part is a little bit longer, so I sectioned that part off, and that part I didn't really want to cut much off of that, so I want to leave that length there and just kind of trim that. And I decided to go shorter on the sides. So it's really hard to explain how to cut hair, but I guess I can say that I kind of wanted it to be like a gradual effect. So I really wanted it to be long at the top and a little shorter on the side, something like tapered cut. I had a similar cut to this a few years ago that I did myself. That cut, I left the top extremely long and left the sides and back very short, but I didn't want to go too short this time. So but this cut is similar to one I had about 3 years ago. So yeah, I want to do a gradual effect to where my hair started off short at the bottom, and then as it gets to the top, it gets longer and longer. The most important thing when you're cutting your hair is to follow the guide. So the first part that you cut is your guide. So you want to kind of bring some of that hair from the first cut along with the next part that you're going to cut with, so you can see where exactly the line is and where you need to cut. If you don't follow your guide, you can find yourself messing up your hair real quick, real quick. And also, if you are cutting your hair before your fingers, like in front of your fingers and not behind your fingers, you can also mess up that way. I do find myself kind of cutting in front of my fingers sometimes, but I always go back and retrim that area. Sometimes it's just easier to just cut in front of your fingers to see where the guide is, but like I said, you got to go back and fix that part up, fix those ends up, because it's going to be really blunt and it's just not going to look nice at all. So this is an example right here. I'm cutting right above my fingers, which I should not be, but I already know not to do that. But I need to do that for some parts of my hair because it was just kind of curling up at the ends. Like I mentioned, you need to have your ends as straight as possible, so it was easy for me to see where I need to cut, but I did have to go back in those areas and kind of brush those ends up because I didn't want the cut to be too blunt at those areas or to be uneven. So I pretty much just kept this routine going for the back and the sides of my hair. You can kind of see the taper cut already come into play, so I just kept going with pulling the hair out. So I just went ahead and did that. In some areas I just kind of brushed some ends off and didn't have to cut too much, but after I washed my hair I did find that I need to go back and cut some pieces off, but I'm gonna just do that another day. It didn't look bad overall. Again, as my hair grows, I'm gonna continue trimming, so every 3 to 4 months, it just depends. Some people need to twice a year, but for me, every 3 to 4 months right now is when I find myself needing to trim. Actually, recently it's been a little bit more than that, but usually every 3 to 4 months is when I like to trim my hair. Right, so here I am just brushing some ends, and well, this area I'm cutting like a 1/2 inch off as I get closer to the top. And look at my family, they decide to come and party a little bit as mommy is trying to get her haircut, baby boy. All right, so yeah, it's looking good so far. What y'all think? So far it's looking good. It's looking good. So from here I just went ahead and just went around the back and the sides and just try to see, I'm just trying to even it up in some areas. Okay, and now I am at the top, and I'm not going to have to cut much at the top. And 1/2 inch to less than a 1/2 inch in some areas. Seriously, I had just brushed the ends with brushing the ends means you're just cutting like a little bit off. I really want to keep that length, so I just kind of snipped the ends a little bit. And I did lose some footage of snipping the top of my hair, but like I said, I just did a little brushing. That's it. You're not missing much of that. And again, this is my shape. Remember, it is not going to be super even because I wanted my top like exaggerated longer than the sides and the back. So yeah, that's how I want it, and that's how it's gonna be. Okay, so now it's time to do a quick little wash and go. I begin by using Unicurl's conditioner, deep conditioner, and just rub that in my hair. I let that sit for a little while, and because I'm using the wash and go and I'm not really styling my hair too much, I'm going to go in with the Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie. So I went ahead and used the smoothie on each section of my hair. I raked my fingers through my hair, and then I went back with a rat tail comb to smooth the product in even further into my hair and like smooth my hair strands. And also the rat tail comb helped my ends come alive. So I just went a few sections by sections, like small sections, and just kind of curved the rat tail comb, and it helps to activate the curls. Okay, and like I said, I ended up changing that part later, but so far, look how nice and healthy my hair is looking. Like, it looks so good and it felt amazing. I'm really satisfied with the cut so far. Tomorrow, I might be sad about losing the inches, but today I'm okay with it. It's healthy hair, so that's what matters. And now that our hair is trimmed, we can grow our hair faster and longer in no time. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Comment below and let me know if your hair is in need of a trim and when you plan on trimming it, girl. And also make sure you give this video a thumbs up and share with your friends. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.